About 2 years ago, the Fort Worth Independent School District embarked on a strategic planning process to become a better district. For the next few minutes, we'll discuss how action and accountability contribute to improvement. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Robert Traynham. We are here on location in our nation's capital, where I'm joined by Walter Dansby, Superintendent of Fort Worth Independent School District. Mr. Dansby, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Robert. Thanks for having me.
Not a problem. So let's talk about strategic planning philosophically. So everyone does them. All organizations are supposed to do them, but oftentimes they are done and you read them for the first time and probably for the last time, and then they go on your shelf for the next 2 to 5 years.
Well, actually, it goes a little bit deeper than that. A lot of times, executive staffs actually sit over a weekend and they put a plan together, present it to the staff, and send it out to campuses, and campuses actually use it as their strategic plan. But there's really no input, and there's really not a lot of depth that goes into the program. And so one of the things that we actually did in Fort Worth Independent School District is actually bring all the stakeholders together to put a plan together where everybody could be involved, where there was really support for the program itself. Now, what we did was we actually brought in community members, chambers of commerce. Most importantly, we brought in our students, but also we brought in community members, clergy, you name it. They all came to the table to work with us on a strategic plan over a 2.5-day time period. But also, we didn't stop there. That 2.5 days went into weeks and months of preparation, because once we got the plan together, we actually went to the community and presented to the community. So actually those that were not a part of the original meeting actually had input before we came back and presented our plan to the board.
So not only did you have buy-in from stakeholders, it seems like you had transparency throughout the process.
Correct.
So it seems like everyone could ask questions, everyone could perhaps maybe edit things or perhaps redact things if they weren't comfortable with it. Whatever the case may be, there was a lot of buy-in from the community.
We wanted to make sure that we covered every aspect of the community and had the voices heard from our community.
And so as a result of that, how does that directly correlate into the classroom?
It correlates in the classroom in a way too, because they understand, and everybody understands what we need to do to support our students. They understand what it means to put things in place for student achievement. It also goes aligned with our budgeting and how we budget. And so we make sure that everything is aligned. We actually look at ourselves, and we look at ourselves really deeply to see what we're improving on and what we're not. And so we use our quarterly reviews in a way so we can really look at our progress, whether it's dealing with our finances or whether it's dealing with our academics as well.
You mentioned stakeholder engagement and also the budget. Since most school districts are publicly funded, I assume there was a significant buy-in when you had a bond system or when your budget was being approved. There was that public engagement that says, not only do I understand this, I had a hand in this, so thus in the process, I'm going to vote for this.
Well, one of the things correct, and so even with our strategic plan, there were some things that were identified in our strategic plan we know we needed to do, and we knew it was going to cost us some money to do it. And so when we rolled out our bond proposal for last year, 2013, actually it was the largest bond in the state of Texas at that time, $490 million, and it passed, and we had 3 propositions, and all 3 propositions passed with a 73% passing rate.
Excellent. We got about a minute and a half left. I want to talk about the students and also the teachers. You know, many teachers will say, I got this. I've been doing this now for 5 or 10 or 15, sometimes even 20 or 30 years in the classroom. I know what I'm doing. You know what, you folks in the ivory tower, just please stay away. I know what I'm doing. What is your response to that? And second question would be, as it relates to the students, what has been the student involvement throughout this whole entire process?
Well, first of all, let me start with the teachers. The teachers have really been enlightening themselves with their quarterly reviews and actually getting a chance to look at themselves. Because normally what teachers do in some cases, and not in all cases, but when they look at an exam, they look at the student. But what we're trying to do in Fort Worth ISD is you look at an exam, you look at yourself. You actually go back and you look at what you didn't teach well. And so that really helps us and helps us motivate the students to move forward. But it also helps that teacher really understand, what are the things that I'm lacking? What do I need to do to be a better teacher? When we also, on the student side of it,
20 seconds.
The student side of it as well is so important about the students themselves, because when they're engaged and when they see that teachers care and teachers are involved, and when teacher takes the time to go back and review things with them, to give them support and that extra things that they need, they tend to do better.
Walter Dansby, thank you very much for joining us, and keep up the good work.
All right, thank you.
And thank you for joining us for this edition of Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Robert Traynham. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.